So they still called me focal point. But I was happy to be among the 6 people who were selected to give conclusions as how do they call international roundtable. Now, why am I saying this? They plan to hold their other General Assembly next year in Rwanda. That's why I think if we develop this chapter, there are a lot of reasons why Rwanda, in terms of technology and policy and what is there. But it will be my desire that whoever we may work together as a committee, we make sure we put the chapter in place, because it seems the board is really keen to having their next General Assembly in Rwanda, which will be a privilege. It will be actually the last one was in Cairo, another in Mombasa. If it is in Kigali next year, that will be very good for us. At least informally, I was told. So with that, I think I'll ask you to look at the details, and if you are not one of the founding members, please. It doesn't cost you anything, but later we shall ask you to contribute equivalent of $50, but that we shall discuss with the steering committee. Thank you very much. You can, would you like maybe to propose some names for a small committee of 4 people? I have assumed that you have accepted that I continue as focal point. So I was proposing, if you agree, that Professor Daniel Kazamboga could be in the interim steering committee, because he has already a little bit of brushing the shoulders with the organization. Then you will permit me if I could ask Dr. Christine Gasingirwa, who is the Director General of Science and Technology, if she will accept to be on the steering committee, we can even ask her to chair. Looking ahead, you see, really if the commitment to Rwanda is there, those are the people we shall maybe depend on, and maybe to link with the entire government. And I mean, in the President's office, I think they have a Minister of Science and Technology. So that was the second name I was thinking. And then other 2 names, there are people who have been very active on the mails. I created a group mail. I could give them, but if you have an idea of someone who may be strong and helpful in policy or technology, please, maybe I shouldn't monopolize the position. Because I called it Inception. It is just starting.
I would suggest to have people's opinion on that. Mm-hmm. And then if you have...
And then consider also my proposal if they find it.
Correct.
Yeah, I would like to point out that, I support what he's saying, but also I would like to propose that you people in technology needs people in social sciences so as to give you direction of where you might be going. So I would like to suggest that Charles Karinganire could represent those social scientists who should be showing you where you should be. This is my, my proposition.
Somebody else? I would personally suggest that you have one representative of those, candidates, PhD candidates, at least to be part of it. We have Dr. Alfred Bizoza, Dr. Emmanuel. Congratulations, and then
coincidence that the meeting organized for the graduation of Resesa and for the election of the Austria chapter officials has coincided with the inception of the meeting for inception of ATPS. So we should be clear that these are not same or related organizations. But I would like to give a little bit of a background of ATPS. 8PS is a Africa Technology Policy Studies Network. It started in 1982. It was a small group of enthusiasts in science and technology who started it. We were taken to the University of Sussex, and we were given a short course of 2 months. And when we came back, we launched two chapters of 8PS. The West African Science and Technology Policy Studies Network and the Eastern African Technology Policy Studies Network. At that time, we were volunteers. We were working as volunteers. It was supported by the International Development Research Center in Nairobi, and we were working from our universities. So from 1982 to 1988, it was two chapters of 8PS. West Africa chapter, East African chapter. 1988, they were merged. That's when 8PS became an organization. And it was a secretariat based inside the IDRC in Nairobi. Its first director was Dr. Titus Adeboye, Professor Titus Adeboye, who was a coordinator. Actually, we were called coordinators at that time. And it started with 25 countries, all of them Anglophone. That's why Rwanda at that time was not in the network. And then it was working mainly with universities. Nigeria, of course, has many universities. Even at that time, it had many universities. So there were many universities in Nigeria. Actually, when we were looking at the number of universities involved in 8PS, the number of universities in Nigeria was more than all of us, the other countries combined. So, and what it has been doing basically is funding research, and it gives grants to researchers, and it has been growing as it goes. Now, as Professor Msara said, it has nothing to do with technology per se. It is science and technology policy, which is basically a study of technology policies, and technology policies are in every discipline and in every activity, in every industry, it's water industry, even labor, in everything. So don't be scared that this is a technologist network. It is concentrating on studying how to advance the paradigm of science, technology, and innovation in Africa to fast track the development of the region. Of course, like any other organizations, it has its own challenges. Some of the chapters which were active, some have slowed down. New chapters have cropped up, and it is a common problem in Africa that some chapters will be weak and some will be strong. It is my hope, of course, that this chapter will galvanize the 8PS, strengthen it, and if the Rwanda chapter, the energy that the Rwanda-Austria chapter has put in the revitalization and galvanization of Austria, if the same energy will be put in 8PS, 8PS globally, generally, will stand to benefit by working with you. And I just wish the team, which has been suggested as an interim team, I wish them all the best. And what is more important is that there is a convergence now, that if we can start working Austria 8PS together, we can do more. Many organizations in Africa have a problem. They have a lonesome syndrome. They are afraid of working with each other. They like loneliness. They think that if you cooperate, then there is